Colorado College Tigers. What's at stake? The regular season conference championship for the Trinity University Tigers. With the win today, they clinch the 1 seed and the title for the regular season. It's been a great year for Trinity. We'll see if they continue it. We'll be back in about 4 minutes for tip-off. It's Tigers versus Tigers here in San Antonio, Texas. The Trinity University Tigers take on the Colorado College Tigers. And as I said a couple minutes ago, for Trinity, this is a big opportunity. With Southwestern upsetting St. Thomas, this is an opportunity for Trinity to win the regular season SCAC championship and get themselves a 1 seed in the SCAC tournament. Everyone knows how important that bye really is. I am Reed Rosales, joined with Luke Terry. And Luke, right now, this Trinity Tigers team has plenty of bulletin board material to work with, don't they?
Absolutely, Reed. This is a fantastic opportunity, as you highlighted, a chance to clinch the conference regular season title. And you combine that with a very special day here, senior day in San Antonio. So those guys, those 3 seniors on this roster getting the starts today. Tanner Brown out there, number 11, Abdul Roberts, 34, and Grayson Herr standing at the bottom of the screen, number 20. Gonna lead the charge for this team this afternoon against the Colorado College team that's also jostling for position in that postseason tournament.
Christian Green wins the tip against Devin Filio, and we are underway. Harvey working his way to the far side of the court, working against a fellow number 10 on the Colorado College side. Gets it over to her. Grayson Herr gets it into Tanner Brown, and Brown tries the reverse lay, does not go. So now Colorado College on the offensive. Gavin Carter making his 2nd start this year. Made his 1st start against that Shriner game yesterday. Colorado College taking that one. Really good win for them for seeding purposes. Makes this game have a little less pressure, but of course they still want to win. In the paint, the shot's up and no good. Bricked by Denari Boykin. Christian Green with the board, and now Tigers heading back to the other side of the court.
But on that first Trinity possession, just a ton of pressure being applied on the outside, and conversations with Coach Smith, I think that's exactly what he anticipated. This is a Colorado College team that's going to defend the 3-point line very, very well today.
Kicks it out to Tanner Brown. Brown going into the paint. Now to Christian Green. Jump shot. Doesn't fall. Don't see Christian Green taking many of those shots. And that one doesn't go. So Colorado College back on the offense.
Yeah, the 6'6" freshman, as you mentioned, not shooting a lot of those. That one more of a set shot than anything, and not exactly finding the legs, but defensively a very strong start. A lot of length from guys like Christian Green. That errant pass going out of bounds on the baseline back to Trinity.
Got to watch out if you're a cameraman down there. That's expensive equipment, you know. Now, Jacob Harvey working his way on the near side of the court, working up to the far side in the lane, hands it over to Abdullah Roberts. Harvey, corner 3, doesn't quite get it. We are still 0-0, almost 2 minutes into this game. Both teams trying to find some sort of offense. Denari Boykin, Baltimore native, passes it down to Gavin Carter. Freshman back up to Boykin. Carter to Boykin again. Boykin gets it to the corner, trying to pass it in. Intended target was Devin Filio, unable to get it. Now Abdullah Roberts, we'll see if he drives it in the lane. He spins, tries to put up, gets blocked. Christian Green tries to save him, but still, neither team has scored in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah, a little out of sorts early on. Colorado College has the tough task of dealing with this Trinity zone that's given almost everybody that's faced it a ton of issues this season. And then on the other end, Trinity really hasn't gotten into their set offenses so far. Roberts on that last possession really trying to force the issue, and a loose ball generated a shot for Christian Green on the inside. But this is more of what we like to see from this team, and it almost gets the bucket to go.
Still no scoring. Denari Boykin working by himself up front, waits for his teammates to catch back up. Pride of Tigers working up and in. Can't quite get it. Asher Navziger working against Green, and Abdullah Roberts kicks it out to Carter. Carter trying to go in, but Denari Boykin will reset the play at the top of the arc. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Carter going towards the far side. Hands it over to Boykin. Boykin in the paint. Can't score, but whistle will be blown.
Yeah, and just a really long possession right there for Colorado College. Another thing that Coach Smith likes to talk to us about are paint touches and reversals, and that time ate up so much of the shot clock, and at the very end of things, switched it back to the opposite wing. Right there, Boykin doing a really nice job of attacking the closeout. Trinity defenders just a little bit late, and he drew enough contact to get to the line, but still unable to break the scoring barrier. Now over 3 minutes gone in this first half.
Denari Boykin, the leading scorer for Colorado College this year. Sophomore out of Baltimore, Maryland. Great opportunity for him, said coach Jeff Connerow. And now Tigers working quick. Quick pass on the far side to Grayson Herr. In the paint to Abdullah Roberts. Roberts kicks it out to Herr, takes a three, in and out. So the score is 1-0, more akin to a baseball score right now. It's Gavin Carter working against Harvey. Gets it down to Scott Ruegg. Back up to Carter. Now works its way all the way to the other side of the court to Denari Boykin. Gavin Carter at the top of the arc. Hands it down to Ruegg. Ruegg, pull-up shot. Doesn't fall. The putback doesn't go either. But offensive rebound for Colorado College. Ball is lost, and it will be Tiger ball. Devin Filio just mishandling it.
Yeah, but again, on that possession, really all the guards, all the wings playing outside the perimeter are playing 4 or 5 feet beyond the arc right now. Not really threatening any shots out there. In the zone for Trinity having the intended effect right now.
Abdullah Roberts going out to Grayson Herr. Herr, shot from near the elbow, swishes it. So it is 2-1 now, doubling the points of Colorado College with one shot. Now Colorado College, Nafziger getting it over to Boykin, certainly looking to respond. Carter down to Ruegg, back up to Carter. Number 30 going into the lane, passes it over to Filio. Filio working against Christian Green, and he'll get the bucket to go. So trading the lead a couple times here. Grayson Herr finds himself all alone in front, but cannot finish. Contact there. It'll be Colorado College ball.
Yeah, it really looked like that should have been a foul. Grayson Herr did a nice job of changing pace, allowing defenders to catch up to him. But it seemed like he was jumping forward and still had the defender coming through his back on that one. Just a tough break. Wasn't able to get the whistle in transition.
And almost 5 minutes in, it is 2-3. I don't know if I've ever seen either Trinity or their opponents be held to so little points in 5 minutes of basketball. This is a Tigers team that's averaging almost 80 points a game. And right now it's, we're looking for shots right now.
I think understandable from both of these teams' perspectives. You look at Colorado College, again, facing a very stout defense, a zone look that has been perfected over the course of the year, to be frank. And on the other side, for this Trinity team, this isn't the typical starting five. You have a couple of guys out there in Roberts and Grayson Herr being honored on this senior day, but they don't play with Tanner Brown or Jacob Harvey all that frequently. It takes a little bit of time to get used to the guys that you're out on the court with. And right now, they're not particularly in a great rhythm, but over the course of the game, as this lineup returns to some sense of normalcy, I would imagine that changes.
We'll see as they come out of the timeout. All three seniors still on the court. Tanner Brown, Abdullah Roberts, and Grayson Herr. We'll get into more specifics about their stories later on. But Colorado College is ready to get back into it, looking to extend their lead. Getting it in to Ty Hendler, new face in for Colorado College. Freshman out of San Diego, California. Hendler working it to the far side. Now kicks it down to Nafziger. Now Ruegg down to Hendler. Scott Ruegg and the ball in his hands again. Back to the freshman. Now over to Edgar Romero, who's been very good from three this season. Hendler at the top of the key. Tries to kick it in, but the ball is lost by Nafziger. Jacob Harvey receiving that one very well. Hands it over to Tanner Brown. Brown working it in. Draws the foul, but can't put it in, so some free throws on the way for Tanner Brown.
Yeah, nice job by Tanner Brown right there. Really, this senior's specialty, slices to the basket like no one else on this roster. A very, very crafty finisher. One of the few lefties, maybe the only lefty I can think of off the top of my head, and I think it makes him a very tough cover for anyone that's trying to face him defensively. Shoots it incredibly well from the outside. A ton of great things to say about all these seniors. Good opportunity to talk about Tanner Brown. It's a group, I think this entire starting five that's out there on the court that had the opportunity this past summer to play a little bit of 3-on-3 basketball for USA basketball.
Ball is lost, and It is a scrum for it. It's hit over towards Brown, but Hendler receives it. Edgar Romero back to Ty Hendler. Hendler could give it over to Trey Crawford. He does. Crawford, a big presence in the paint, sticking to the outside for now. And now Nofziger can't finish. The ball is hit out of bounds. It'll stay Colorado College basketball alongside Trey Crawford. Adrian Price, my apologies, junior out of Aurora, Colorado, coming in for Colorado College. CC inbounds it. Nofziger working against a stout Trinity defense, ball out of bounds yet again.
Yeah, and Colorado College making some substitutions here, playing quite large at the moment. You keep Nofziger out there, but into the game comes Adrian Price, who's 6'7", and alongside him, Trey Crawford at 6'9". So 3 true bigs out there trying to overwhelm Trinity in this zone look.
Nofziger trying to get it in, and Tanner Brown slaps that one away. Not in his house. Jacob Harvey goes up and in. Great transition play for the Tigers, thanks to the Tanner Brown block.
And Romero did just about everything right on that one. Did not give Jacob Harvey a nice avenue to the basket. Kept him closer to that sideline. He just flipped that one up and in very impressively in transition. And that entire sequence pumped a little bit of energy into this crowd. Good job tying up the offense right there. His defense swarming after that nice block from Tanner Brown.
Romero nearly loses the ball immediately, but the pass too high for Trey Crawford, overthrowing the 6'9" junior. So Tigers of Trinity getting a little bit of a break there. See who Jacob Harvey goes to. Gets it over to Abdullah Roberts. Roberts working on the far side, trying to go into the lane. He does, working against Price. And Abdullah Roberts will be called for the travel, so turnover, CC ball.
And Roberts motioning to the referee right there, wanted a blocking foul called against Price. A lot of contact, and Price not giving up any size in that matchup. So definitely had an effect, knocked Roberts off balance just a little bit and got possession back in favor of Colorado College, but things, a real struggle from the field early on. That attempt from Romero, no good. Still just 3 points, 1 layup, and 1 free throw. All that's showing for Colorado 6.5 minutes into this game.
Jacob Millhouse and Braxton Berry into the game for Trinity. Abdullah Roberts and Grayson Herb will head back to the bench. Tanner Brown still out there, however. Millhouse working up against Hendler. Hendler very tenacious on defense, but will he be able to stop Millhouse in the paint? Kicks it back out to Christian Green. Green working in, puts it up, tries to kiss it off the glass, can't go in. Braxton Berry with the offensive board. It's tied up. Braxton Berry saves it yet again. Berry surrounded by Colorado College Tigers. Somehow gets it to Jacob Millhouse. He can't finish. So many chances for Trinity, but none of them going.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams right now displaying a pretty elite inability to finish at the basket. The touch just not showing up here in San Antonio, and with that travel, it's becoming a little bit of a circus act out there at the moment. Each of these teams has plenty to clean up. I think Coach Smith, after giving the starters some extended run, now trying to find some rhythm, checking Dean Balo into the game for the Tigers, seeing if he can provide some sort of a spark off the bench.
Tanner Brown tries to take it himself, unable to do so. It is still 6-3 in this low-scoring affair so far. Hendler kicks it out to Rueg. Rueg tries for a 3, and he sinks it from the corner. We are tied up 6-6. 3-run home run. Now Christian Green trying to drive in the lane. Will draw the foul there. Plenty of contact.
And a little bit of an odd sequence right there. Christian Green picking that basketball up off what might have not been an actual inbounds pass. I think there was a little bit of confusion on the court. The referee didn't blow his whistle, but taking advantage of it, Trinity getting out and running in transition right there, drawing a foul. But back on that other end, Rueg in rhythm, catching that basketball and rising up.
And a hustle play, trying to hit it off of Dean Balo, but Dean Balo keeps it alive, but still in Colorado College's hands. And Hendler's gonna score that one from near the free throw line. Great hustle play by Edgar Romero and the Colorado College Tigers.
And all of a sudden, they have an 8-6 advantage here in San Antonio.
Tanner Brown working against Romero, gets a little lane from Braxton Berry. Can't shoot the long three, however, so Romero hands it down to Hendler. Hendler getting it in. Now Rueg over to Hendler, back up to Romero. Colorado College working very fast right now. Romero back down to Hendler. Hendler working his way on the near side lane, but kicks it back out for Scott Rueg. Rueg on the far side lane near the elbow. Now in to Nofziger, but taken away. Tanner Brown tries to get it to Dean Balo, but not the best pass. Too much contention there. And now Colorado College once again, ball in their hands, chance to extend the lead. Nearly 10 minutes drained, and we are 6-8, Colorado College advantage. Hendler looking around, backs it back out to Romero. Romero surveying the court, dribbling near hip height, and now Nofziger, ball works its way into the paint eventually. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Trey Crawford able to finish it before the buzzer goes. Balo all by himself up front, working against a bunch of Colorado College Tigers now. Christian Green going into the lane, and that one swirls in. Almost went out, but Tigers able to respond.
I was just about positive that that one was gonna fall off the rim. A good sign. Finally, a better touch right there from Christian Green to end a scoring drought for Trinity, who had up until that point been shooting 2 of 17. Long miss right there, gonna lead to a loose ball foul. Looks like the signal is that it's against Colorado College, so coming out of this second media timeout of the first half, the Tigers of Trinity will have possession.
We head down to our sideline reporter, Caleb Reed. Caleb, what are you seeing down on the sideline?
Well, so far the biggest thing that I've been seeing is not a lot of scoring, and that was something that was kind of a little bit of a theme whenever these two teams played last time up in Colorado Springs. Last time out, it was a 4-10 score before the first media timeout. Of course, this is the second media timeout at the moment. Still a very low-scoring game, but this is something that Coach Smith talked about. Colorado has a very, very strong defense, particularly from three, using their length, using their height, and it's something that has come up once again here today.
Thank you, Caleb. Right now, Trinity shooting 16.7%. Certainly not the percentage you want to be shooting at. Colorado College shooting 33%. They only have a 2-point lead, however. They have taken less shots, but just really it's about finding that offensive rhythm for both teams. It seems like that'll be the key going into the second 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is that nothing particularly stands out. No area of the game has been that much better for either of these squads than anything else. And kind of holistically, the approaches need to get cleaned up right now. But good thing for both of these squads is that their opponent hasn't turned it on quite yet. So they're both still in this game with that 10-8 score.
Dean Balo taking the inbounds pass, working up against Rueg. Trying to work his way down, runs into Nofziger. Tries to get into Braxton Berry. He leaps and catches. Number 0 kicks it out to Millhouse. Millhouse finding too much contention. Christian Green spins and will draw the foul. So Christian Green forcing issues, something that the Tigers are very good at, as Zach Fenn on the court for Trinity. New face into the game, chaos creator himself. Look for some aggressive defense from the sophomore out of Covington, Louisiana.
Yeah, 2 steals already for this Trinity team. Saw one a couple of possessions ago when Tanner Brown came over, swiped the ball away, and got out in transition. Zach Finn gonna play a similar role, just point of attack defender who absolutely harasses ball handlers and very frequently creates turnovers in that area of the court, defending right around the top of the key, the half-court line, and it allows this Trinity team to get out and run very, very frequently.
Denari Boykin back down to Gavin Carter. Carter, the freshman, gets it out to his fellow sophomore. Boykin trying to work his way in. Nearly gets the ball stripped away by Fenn. Has to kick it out, and Fenn tries to keep it. It's going to stay Colorado College ball, though, but great poke by Fenn.
Yeah, just wonderful anticipation right there. Closing out to the ball handler, but recognizing that a pass was going to be made. Ball getting swung to the top of the key, adjusted his trajectory and got into that passing lane to knock it away and leave just 7 seconds on the shot clock for Colorado College.
It will be Scott Rueg to inbound it. Junior out of Lafayette, California. Gets it out to Gavin Carter. Carter, 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He gets the shot. It's an air ball, though. Shot clock violation. Just not enough time to really develop a play, especially passing it out into the other side of the court. Dean Balo taking the inbounds from Braxton Berry. Balo running into Rueg yet again. And the pass to Fenn almost intercepted by Denari Boykin, but instead hit out of bounds. So still Tiger basketball for Trinity.
And this perimeter pressure has been maintained by Colorado College. One thing that I saw in the first couple of possessions of the game was, I believe, Tanner Brown go back door, but it's been several minutes since I've seen anything like that from this Trinity offense.
Now Braxton Berry trying to keep the ball. It's still on the floor. Someone put Vaseline on the ball right now because it is slippery. And whistle is blown. So it's going to be Colorado College ball, but that was, nobody could get their hands on it. New face in for Colorado College, Kevin Dittman, junior out of Valley View, Pennsylvania. He will be the one to inbound it to, assumably, Gavin Carter, and he does. So Carter working his way across the timeline. Having to deal with Zach Fenn over to Boykin. He defers back to Carter. Big pass into Nofziger, pull-up shot, doesn't fall. Rebound by Ty Williams, new face in for Trinity. Getting it over to Grant Jacobs, another new face in for Trinity. Ty Williams down to Dean Balo. Balo in the paint, goes back out to Millhouse. Millhouse, three, does not go. Grant Jacobs trying to keep it Trinity ball, but whistle will be blown instead.
Yeah, foul going to be called against Dittman, who came into the game for Colorado College a couple of minutes ago. That last attempt, Trinity moving to 0 for 5 from beyond the three-point line. It was a defining aspect of the game played in Colorado College. A nice feed goes down low, but great recovery from Colorado College. Blocks that one somehow off of Grant Jacobs, so they'll regain possession. Overall, doing a wonderful job on this end of the court in the last couple of minutes.
Colorado College is going to get called for the travel there on their own side of the court as well. Not what you want to see. And right now, if things continue this way, I'm sure there's going to be a lot to talk about for both sides in the locker room at halftime, because it has been not the cleanest game, I would say, from either side. Like a Millhouse getting it into Balo. Balo up to Ty Williams. Williams at the top of the three-point arc, working it into the near side lane, loses the ball, and it's going to be Colorado College ball as Ty Williams stepped out of bounds with the ball in possession.
Yeah, and can't blame him. Like the thought right there, going right at the defense. Everyone is playing so far out, and it's just creating so much space inside the three-point line. Trying to take advantage of it right there. Unfortunately for him, just lost control of the dribble.
Denari Boykin shows off his speed, cuts through the defense, gets his own rebound, and now Colorado College slightly resetting the play. Gavin Carter working it on the near side lane. That one doesn't go, a little teardrop shot. High arcing doesn't fall for the freshman. Dean Balo picks the ball up. He's working fast. Kicks it out to Zach Fenn. Fenn takes a three, and he can't get it either. So still ice cold from the the Trinity Tigers. Now Gavin Carter up to Denari Boykin. Boykin defers it back down to Carter, who then in turn defers it down to Rueg. Back up to Carter. Carter trying to put up for the alley-oop. Doesn't quite go. Now Zach Fenn trying to work against Boykin. Gives it over to Dean Balo for the three. That one just too short. Denari Boykin with the rebound. It is still 9-10. Boykin working it himself, and he's able to get it. So 3-point lead for Colorado College as they break their nearly 4-minute scoring drought. Ty Williams going up to Zach Fenn. Fenn handles the ball fairly well and tries to go up, but absolutely denied by Kevin Dittman. Just the size difference there too much.
Yeah, great job from Boykin, though, staying in front or at least attached to Finn right there as he was going to the basket. Limited the amount that Finn could get off of the ground. And then, you're right, Dittman erasing that shot. Great job coming over and help. But everything about this game just feels a little bit off right now. I know it's almost a Sunday morning here in San Antonio. Super Bowl later on this afternoon. Maybe these teams thinking ahead a little bit. And because of that, I've seen a little bit of a sloppier game than we're used to here.
And I think the song right now is very explanatory. Under pressure. I think every ball handler has been under immense pressure from the opposing defense today because there have been just some mishandling of the basketball. And certainly with Zach Fenn out there causing chaos for Trinity, and really every Colorado College Tiger just really pressuring every Trinity ball handler. It's been a very sound defensive game for both sides. It's just that offensive side that really needs to start to develop.
Yeah, and for Trinity, I think one of the big things is finding a way to sink a shot from the outside. Just a couple of seconds ago, Dean Balo had a good look, just left it a little bit short from the corner. I think if you can knock something down, keep this Colorado College defense honest, force them to commit on the outside, things will get a little bit easier. But it just feels like so frequently when the three ball starts to fall for this Trinity team, everything comes a little bit easier.
Pass into Tanner Brown. It will be Tiger ball.
Trinity Tiger ball, that
Trinity
is.
Tiger ball. I just got to remember, it's only Colorado College that's named it Tigers in the conference. Always important to know. The Maroon Tigers working it to the near side with Jacob Harvey. Harvey in the lane, gets denied by Romero, and the ball's kept alive. So no inbound passing needed for the Golden Tigers as they look to keep their luster. Ryan Semicaglo in the game for Colorado College. Gavin Carter back down to Semicaglo. The big three from Carter is an air ball, so Trinity Tiger ball. It is still 9-12. Tigers won for their last 13 in the shot category, really needing to heat up offensively.
I think it's just so shocking. We haven't seen anything like this out of this Trinity squad all season long. Just abysmal shooting splits at this point in the game. Nothing coming easy on this side of the court. Tanner Brown trying to say something about it, and he has his shot rim out.
Now Colorado College with Semicaglo. Semicaglo trying to get it in. Does for Devin Filio. Filio, too much contention, but draws the foul. And right now it feels like they're grabbing misses from the jaws of a made shot, it seems. So many just going in and out. But a chance for Colorado College to make this a multi-possession game with Devin Filio at the line. Filio going through his routine for free throws. Swishes the first one. It's a 4-point game now.
Another aspect of this first half, neither of these teams have gone to the free throw line all that frequently. Those are just Colorado College's third and fourth attempts. Trinity on this end has 4 attempts of their own. Great defense has been played without fouling as Christian Green begs referees to count that basket, get something going for this Trinity squad offensively. But for two teams that are struggling from the field, it would always be a plus to get some good looks, some easier ones at the free throw line, as a wide open attempt off the inbounds from the baseline is missed by Dean Balo. Going to the basket at this point is not a bad option for either of these teams, trying to draw some fouls, slow the game down a little bit, and just watch the basketball go through the hoop.
Romero nearly has the ball slip out of his hands, but Semikoglu trying to work it in himself. Hands it over to Denari Boykin. Splits the defense, can't put it in. Tanner Brown with the board. Quickly to Christian Green. Christian Green shows off his speed. And now Dean Balo finds himself alone and sinks the three. It was bound to happen eventually, and Dean Balo, the freshman, coming through clutch yet again. It's 12-14. Colorado College still leading.
Yeah, and just such great rhythm in transition right there. Christian Green out ahead, leading the break, finding the dangerous shooter on the perimeter in Jacob Harvey, but there's more than one out there for these Trinity Tigers, and Dean Balo finally gets one to fall.
Romero for three off the back of the iron. I think that was a no-look pass to Romero. That was very impressive from, I believe it was Semikoglu. And now down to Ty Williams. Williams at the top of the arc. Hands it over to Christian Green. Green looks to pierce the defense yet again. Great pass to Ty Williams. Can't finish it though. Gets his own rebound. And just needed another attempt at it. This game is tied 14-14.
Christian Green going back at transition, held his hands up like what happened? I think he's gonna laugh that one off because they get the points, but ruining the assist attempt for the freshman.
Denari Boykin working up against the Tigers of Trinity and able to come away with some points for it. Now Tanner Brown over to Christian Green, back to Tanner Brown. Top of the three-point arc. Dean Balo working his way up the court to the far side. Now trying to work it in the lane. Kicks it out for Ty Williams, who takes a three. That one doesn't go, however. Denari Boykin with the board. And there are certainly many opportunities for rebounds in this one. Now Semikoglu down to Gavin Carter. Up to Romero. Romero working against Christian Green. Blows past him. Has to kick it back out, though. Denari Boykin thought about a shot from the elbow. Instead, goes a little bit closer. Tough shot, unable to be had. But an offensive board by Filio. Now, Semikoglu back down to Adrian Price. Price at the top of the key to Denari Boykin. Loses the ball. It will be Trinity Tiger ball. 14-16. It is certainly a close game. Maybe not as close in the scoring column as we thought it would be, expecting a higher score. But we're going to go down to Caleb Reed. Caleb, what are we seeing right now?
Well, one of the biggest things that Coach Smith was talking about, not during this timeout obviously, but during the last timeout, was just focusing on finishing. Obviously the shots haven't been falling so far, but one of the biggest things he said was, hey guys, you're doing really good with putting up the shots, now we just need to finish it. And so one of the biggest focuses of this team going into the final 3 minutes is really just going to be making sure to finish and also just finishing the half out strong and hopefully having a much better second half.
Thank you, Caleb. And go into some depth about Tanner Brown, talking to Coach Smith about all of these seniors. Tanner Brown certainly the biggest standout of this class. Said this is a special group for me all around. The first time that he's seen his freshmen graduate in a school where he's recruited them to come and play here. He was a freshman that COVID year. He's been a rock for all 4 years for this Tiger offense, and he's either been the second or third leading scorer every single year for Trinity. And you could see his impact when he wasn't on the court, when he missed those games against St. Thomas and Centenary. Of course, that St. Thomas game, the only game that the Tigers have dropped this year. You can really feel his presence on the court, and he is just so important to this Tiger offense. Christian Green now trying to pierce the defense yet again, but instead shot wiped away on the floor foul.
Trinity gonna spend the last couple of minutes of this first half in the bonus. So he'll go to the free throw line right here. I knew he threw the ball up to the basket. I think you're right. It looks like everyone's prepping for a 1-and-1 attempt right here.
That one doesn't go. So Boykin hands it down to Hendler. San Diego native trying to work against Jacob Harvey. Back to Hendler, now down to Rueg. Now the two Californians passing it between each other. Rueg getting it into the Baltimore native. Now trying to kick it back out, able to. A lot of contention there though. Hendler Going up for Semicoglo. Can't get the three, but the board for Colorado College. 2 offensive boards. Denari Boykin trying to put it in. Braxton Berry blocks it, but another offensive board. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Boykin nearly gets stripped by Tanner Brown. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Price puts it up. Can't kiss it off the glass. Shot clock violation. Trinity Tiger ball. Braxton Berry takes a big fall, but looks like he is up and good.
And he had to work incredibly hard on that possession. Blocked not 1, but 2 shots. And then a strong box out at the end. Might not have mattered because of the shot clock violation. But he's going hard down low against Price. And Christian Green trying to beat the same guy offensively right there. Just can't find the touch off the glass.
Denari Boykin tries to do it himself, unable to do so. Ball is tipped up in the air. Price draws the foul. Adrian Price will head to the charity stripe for a couple of free throws. And right now, Colorado College out-rebounding the Tigers 31-18. It's been 12 offensive boards for them. They've given themselves plenty of chances to score.
Yeah, Boykin already with 11 rebounds in this game, 6 of them on the offensive end of the court. Doing a lot of work, and he'll check out of the game right now to get a little bit of a breather. Just 1:44 left in this first half. Might be all it has in store for Denari Boykin, but he's made his presence felt.
That one hits around the rim and goes in. So 17-14 gets the Colorado College Tigers out of their 2-minute scoring drought. Jacob Harvey backing it out, wanting to take a little bit more time. It's 10 against 10. Now up to Carter Rook. Carter Rook, new face in for the Tigers. Another freshman. Christian Green, another freshman. Kisses off the glass for a pair of points. 16-17. Tigers of Trinity trail by 1. And right now, Colorado College certainly looking to extend the lead. Probably not going to get into the bonus as the Tigers have only committed 4 fouls this half. Very impressive clean play from Trinity. They get it in to Adrian Price. Trying to do a fancy shot, can't get it. But there to help him is Semicoglo. And now Christian Green working fast. And he gets another bucket. You cannot discount the freshman and his speed. It's going to be Tiger ball yet again.
Quick turnover. My eyes were floating back down to the other end of the court. Didn't quite catch what happened as that ball got inbounded, but the whistle blew very quickly.
And the ball thrown back out to the other side of the court. I think on the inbounds, they may have stepped into the in-play area and turned the ball over. That'd be... And now, board by Asher Nofzeiger. Tigers still down by 1. The Tigers of Trinity, that is. Romero going up to Hendler. Back down to Romero. Romero to Hendler again. Hendler trying to find someone inside, but instead go down to Romero, and a timeout is called by Romero.
13 seconds on the shot clock here. Opportunity for Colorado College to end the half on a make. Gonna make the most of it. Calling the timeout to draw up a play against this Trinity defense.
18-19 the score. Some nice signs in the student section. Dula the GOAT. I see one of them over there. Good to see some love for the seniors from the people on campus. But right now, Trinity, I believe, by far this will be the lowest scoring first half for them of the season, and perhaps for Colorado College as well. Trinity just really trying to start the engine. We'll see how they handle what Colorado College has drawn up here. Still a shot clock, so Trinity could still get the last shot, barring some turnover by the Trinity Tigers. But Hendler working it quick, 6 seconds off on the shot clock. Now pass over to Romero. Romero, contested shot, makes it over Christian Green. Incredible shot by Romero. Tigers working quick. And a foul will be called. Tanner Brown on the ground.
Yeah, and Tanner Brown not even really catching that basketball, kind of putting it straight into the ground with a dribble. An awkward run-in right there with Nofziger, who was trying to get back in transition. I think they could have very easily bumped knees, maybe Tanner Brown taking something to the thigh right there as he's holding that right leg, but he's going to pop back up and shoot these free throws, I'd imagine.
May have gotten Charlie Horst. Got dead-legged, so Tanner Brown will take a moment to walk. He will head to the line, as you said, Luke, as the Tigers are in the bonus. 1-and-1 shot. 10 seconds left in this first half. Tigers trail by 3, thanks to the shot by Edgar Romero for Colorado College. Tanner Brown taking his little routine. Makes the first one of the 1-and-1. We'll try to complete part 2. Tanner Brown. Second shot is up, and it's good. So still a 1-point game, thanks to the free throwing abilities of Tanner Brown. It's been a lot of action, but not a lot of points. No player has reached double digits yet. But Hendler hands it over to Boykin. 7 seconds left on the clock. Boykin working fast. Working up against Barry. Draws the foul. No and one, however. With how fast Boykin was moving, Bryson Berry just kind of put in a tough position.
Yeah, Trinity off that mid free throw, applying a little bit of pressure in the backcourt, but nobody marking Boykin. He caught that one around the half-court line, just able to pick up a full head of steam from there, not slowing down at all en route to the basket, and it was all Trinity could do but foul him.
Free throw up and in for Denari Boykin. Last time out, Trinity beating Colorado College up in Colorado, 84-69. Right now looking to be a much lower scoring affair, but Colorado College kept it close for plenty of time in that game. Tigers just pulling away in the end. Both free throws are sunk, 23-20. Christian Green gets a timeout called, so with about 2 seconds left on the clock, Tigers will try and draw up something for a final shot. I imagine they're going to try a shot from the arc. That'd be my best guess, at least. But we will see the huddle of the Tigers. Coach Smith loves drawing up those plays, and you can see the conference standings right now. Tigers on top, 12-1. If they win today, they would be 13-1, and at worst could be 13-3. So mathematically, if they win today, they will be the regular season champions and the 1 seed. And Dallas and Austin College tied at 7-8, but Dallas holds the tiebreaker in that scenario. So they beat Austin College on Saturday, and that could be the difference maker for who's the 6th seed in the tournament.
Yeah, a ton of fun in the SCAC. Exactly what we've grown accustomed to the last couple of years.
Exactly. Zach Fenn over to Harvey. Very deep 3, gets blocked. Good job by Rueck for keeping on the pressure, not letting that shot get off. And at the end of the first half, it is 23-20. Seems like a Super Bowl score almost. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we get set up for the second half and hopefully some more offense. Unless if you like defensive games, then this is your dream right now. Welcome back, everybody, to nearly the start of the second half. Colorado College Tigers up 23-20 on the Trinity Tigers. And now we'll go to Caleb Reed, who talked to Coach Smith before the start of the half.
And so, guys, I got to talk to Coach Smith right before this half started, and he mentioned one of the big reasons why this team is trailing right now. The shots just aren't falling. They're getting very good looks, haven't been able to get them to fall, and they are definitely going to be hoping for a hot start to the second half.
Millhouse trying to get it in to Christian Green. Green up and in, little teardrop shot. Some collision between Filio and Barry, but good shot by Christian Green to start the half. Denari Boykin quickly on the other side of the court. CC looking to respond in kind. Asher Knopfzeiger going up to Rueg. Down to Knopfzeiger. Now Rueg trying to get it in and tipped into the hands of Filio, but great defense. Braxton Berry comes away with it, and now Millhouse going over to Harvey. Jacob Harvey for the three. That one doesn't go. Three still mostly MIA for the Tigers. Ball on the ground. Braxton Berry picks it up, trying to get it over to Harvey. Harvey, it's in his hands. Now Christian Green tries to pierce the defense, going over to Tanner Brown. Brown sinks it. The senior on senior night.
And the lone senior starting this second half for the Tigers. Coach Smith electing for his normal starting five to gain some rhythm and momentum, and doing exactly that to start this second half. A huge shift in momentum and a ton of energy for this Trinity squad right now, forcing Colorado College to take a timeout less than a minute and a half into this second period.
Big momentum shift, especially in the atmosphere of this team. And we'll go back down to Caleb Reed real quick for a word about Tanner Brown.
And so, guys, towards the end of the first half, we saw a little bit of contact for Tanner Brown, of course, a senior, playing in his final home regular season game. Ended up having some knee-to-knee contact, had to leave the game with about 10-15 seconds to go in that first half. But again, I got to talk to Coach Jimmy Smith, and he said that the injury is definitely not going to be a concern going into the second half. Tanner Brown is 100% and ready to go for this second half.
Thank you, Caleb. Certainly a nice thing to see as you see a rare Leroy sighting in Calgary Gym. When was the last time we busted out the mascot costume for a game? We go back to the court. Trinity is ready. Colorado College still in their huddle. Another senior we'd like to highlight is Grayson Herr, who Coach Smith said was a really good player, one of his favorite people that he's ever coached. He's in the gym more than anybody, and he says he knows he's capable for going off for about 20 points. It just needs to happen. And he is just so happy to have people that buy into the program, even if the time on the court isn't there. So Gavin Carter rather, getting the inbounds pass. Now back to Carter. Carter conducting the offense right now for Colorado College. Mary Boykin waving away one of his teammates. The three attempt is no good. Tigers moving quick. Tanner Brown thought about a three. Now over to Braxton Berry. Millhouse tries for three. That one off the side of the iron. Christian Green gets the ball back, and Green draws the foul. What incredible play by Christian Green. He goes to the foul stripe for an extra point.
You see the hit on the arm, forcing Christian Green to kind of change trajectory right there. Switching that one to the up and under and kissing it off the glass. Great start to this second half for this Trinity squad. A little long on that free throw, but another opportunity. A couple times already in this second half that we've seen them come away with multiple shots on this end of the court.
Millhouse knocks it down from the far side corner. And now that offense really starting to catch fire for Trinity Tigers. And Christian Green, contested, gets the ball, hands it over to Braxton Berry, and Trinity once again, opportunity to score. Millhouse falls down, blew out a tire there, and now all alone in front. Gavin Carter puts it up and in. So a good swing of momentum in favor of Colorado College, but Trinity moving lightning quick. Tanner Brown pierces the defense, but can't finish it off. Braxton Berry with the offensive board. That one doesn't go in. And now Colorado College gets the ball back thanks to Asher Nofziger. But Denari Boykin going quick into the near side lane. He can't finish. And Millhouse going quick. Try to maybe alley-oop it to Christian Green, but instead a foul will be called as there's a collision between Millhouse and Nofziger.
And things really picking up in about the last 60 to 90 seconds of play. Both of these teams trying to get out and run and score against a defense that isn't quite set. That one a little bit out of control. Colorado College trying to step in the way and draw a charge, but Trinity getting the benefit of this whistle. Things will slow down again for just a second. See what they can do to get this set offense working.
Near the elbow, Christian Green tries to drive in, kicks out to Millhouse. Millhouse unable to get the three. Colorado College on the court with Ty Hendler and Adrian Price checking back in for Nofziger and Gavin Carter. So now with Filio, hands it up to Scott Ruegg. Now down to Hendler. And they're working against Jacob Harvey. And they're being harassed by Harvey. Now Price surrounded by an ambush of Tigers. And whistle blown.
And Braxton Berry in a tough spot right there, giving up maybe no height, but quite a bit of weight to Price, who put his shoulder down, tried to go through Braxton Berry's chest. It's all Braxton could do to just stand up and try and withstand it, and he gets charged with a foul on that possession.
Ty Williams coming in for Braxton Berry. First shot doesn't go for Colorado College. Quick, sharp pass, trying to get it to Price, but Tanner Brown, I believe, stepping out near the baseline. So Colorado College keeps possession to the chagrin of Tanner Brown.
Yeah, and right now, Colorado College really trying to force the ball inside to Price, who has such a size advantage, even against these long, tall Trinity players. But that time, a great play drawn up off the inbounds. Ruegg rising up over the top and knocking that one down with a lot of contact. So he'll head to the free throw line for the and one opportunity.
He'll have the ability to cut this lead down to just 2 for Trinity. And he does. So now Tigers still up by 2, the Trinity Tigers, that is. Christian Green denied. Some great defense by Kevin Dittman there. And timeout called by
I think it's actually going to be a technical foul going against Coach Jimmy Smith. Same signal, but I think Coach Smith had some choice words for the officials after that block was called. Hard to tell on that one, though. It looked like Dittman came over and just timed it perfectly, swatting it off the glass. Not quite sure what the frustration is from Coach Smith right now, but he's still pretty enthralled in this conversation with one of the other referees.
And there were plenty of technicals to go around in the last game as well. There were 5 technicals in the last game against Colorado College and Trinity. So first one flies here. Coach Smith, you know, sometimes things get heated on the court, but now for Trinity, that may be an opportunity for Colorado College to tie this game up, as you see Leroy in the stands with the student section.
Saw him earlier. He was certainly drawing a crowd. You're right, Reed. Doesn't make all that many appearances. Haven't seen him a ton this season, but Saw a lot of the kids taking advantage of it. Had a mini photo shoot over by the concession stand. Presence certainly being felt. Hopefully the energy Leroy's providing these students can feed over to this team right now. Came out really strong in the second half, but dwindling a little bit in the last couple of minutes.
Leroy's a busy cat, all right? And now, Scott Ruegg. Opportunity to tie this one up. Sinks the first shot. Perfect from Ruegg. Really can't shoot a free throw better than that. Now, opportunity to tie the game is good. So we are tied 30-30. So we'll see if that technical, with how close this game has been, is the difference maker or not. Ball into Hendler. Ty Hendler going over to Dittman, but ball knocked out. It'll stay Colorado College basketball. Another opportunity for them to reset the play. Hendler working against Harvey. Harvey keeping him on the other side of the court. Intercepted by Christian Green. All alone in front. Slam it home, Christian Green. Tigers go up 32-30.
And that is certainly going to inject some energy into the crowd. Green rising up and hammering that one home, just punching it straight up.
And shot from near the elbow doesn't fall. Tanner Brown with the board. Tigers moving quickly yet again. Brown, pull-up three is just short. Board by Colorado College, and Scott Ruegg giving it up to Denari Boykin. Boykin on the far side of the court, working against Christian Green. 2-on-2. And Denari Boykin denied by Christian Green. Green over to Harvey. Harvey pull-up three. He doesn't go, but he will draw the foul. So three free throws for Jacob Harvey.
We'll see a replay of that Christian Green dunk right here. Was being chased down by Boykin, but no one's going to challenge the freshman at the rim. Seen plenty of highlight reel dunks out of Christian Green this season. Right now, we'll see an officials review here in San Antonio. I'm not entirely sure what they're looking at.
They're checking to see if Harvey had a foot on the line, because it would be important for whether it is 3 or 2 free throws. But I don't know if we have any stats for, and it looks like they are going to stick with their original call. See the replay right here. Yeah, clearly behind the arc, I'd say. But I don't know if we have a stat for dunks in Division III. I feel like Christian Green has got to be up there for most dunks by a player in Division III basketball. Harvey, very good free throw shooter. Takes his first shot and sinks it. 33-30. He's the kind of player that wants to make every single free throw he gets. Remember, over in Vegas, he went 11 for 14. He said, I went 14 for 14. Perfectionist that he is, sinks the second one as well.
I think it's funny you mentioned or called out Ruegg, who shot the technical free throws on the other side of the court just a couple of minutes ago. His perfect form and 2-for-2 performance. Both of these teams have shooters who can go off just the blink of an eye, both wearing number 10 out there. A lot of similarities. Seen this Colorado College team a couple of times in San Antonio in neutral affairs, and they're really impressing this afternoon, but certainly know what they're capable of.
Zach Fenn working against Price. Gets it to Christian Green, almost picked off by Boykin. And that ball slapped away by Boykin. Ty Williams gets it over to Brown. Brown takes a three, just too short yet again. And now Romero with the board. A bit of harassment from the Trinity University Tigers. And no walk called there. Boykin, ball in his hands, going up to Romero. Back down to Boykin. And Ruegg going up to Romero again. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. We'll see what Colorado College draws up here. Dishing it into Price. Now back out to Dittman. Romero over to Ruegg. Back to Price. 1 second left. And clock sound, shot clock violation. Great defensive stop for the Tigers. They have made plenty of great offenses victim to shot clock violations this year.
Yeah, great job of forcing the issue right there, but it felt like Colorado College just didn't get into an offensive set for the first 15 seconds of that possession. By the time they tried to go, it was much too late.
Dean Balo working it on the near side of the court against Scott Ruegg. Finds himself face-to-face with Price. Balo goes in, hands it over to Fenn. Fenn trying to take it, but foul will be called. Believe it should go against Boykin. Perhaps they're calling it on Price.
I think not only that, but the referee signaled that he was trying to shoot the basketball.
You can see Coach Jeff Conroe not happy with that call. Having some words with the official. First free throw from Zach Fenn doesn't go. And now Adrian Price, 3 personal fouls. Got to keep an eye on that one. Big man with a big presence, certainly in the paint. You don't want to lose him. Neither shot goes. So perhaps Colorado College can say ball don't lie. That one almost picked off by Christian Green again. Christian Green colliding with the fence over there on the other side. He's back up and good though. Dipman, quick pass to Boykin. Boykin has the ball poked away by Zach Fenn, but able to get it to his teammate Romero. Can't get an open 3. Over to Dipman, back to Boykin. Boykin immediately surrounded by Tigers, and a foul will be called. The crowd reaction not happy. See it right here.
I mean, certainly a lot of contact on that, but from this angle, all we can see on that replay, it seems like Boykin is more or less leading with the basketball, and that is what creates the contact between him and Christian Green, who certainly looked to be in legal guarding position to me.
First shot is good for Boykin, who makes it a 2-point game, 35-33. Trinity still leading. Now Boykin looking to cut the deficit for Colorado College down to 1. That one doesn't go. So 2-point gap between these two teams. Fenn working against Dittman, and it's going to be Tiger ball. Just too much height on Dittman compared to Zach Fenn. It's going to be a hard sell, 6'5" versus Zach Fenn, who is 6'2". Inbounded to Fenn, down to Harvey. Harvey back up to Fenn. Fenn takes a 3 off the back of the iron. So Tigers on Tigers. That one turned over to Jacob Harvey. Harvey nearly has the ball stripped away. It will be Trinity ball. Romero wanted it to be Colorado College ball. Now Grayson Herr coming back in, one of the other seniors for this Trinity Tiger squad, along with Abdullah Roberts. And once again, all 3 seniors on the court for Trinity. Dean Balo, quick dish in, can't finish. But foul will be called. And once again, this Tiger team forcing issues and creating problems for their opponents. They are very adept at getting themselves to the free throw line. See if Dean Balo can quench this 2-minute scoring drought. That one does not go.
Gotten to the free throw line, but now 3 consecutive misses for Balo and Zach Finn, who shot the last 2 for this Trinity side.
That one goes. Drought quenched. Still, both teams not having the best shooting percentage. Colorado's shooting about 27. Trinity 23. Trinity Tigers have the lead, however. And now Sammy Coglo going over to Scott Ruegg. Ruegg working against Herr. Herr again versus Rueg. It's kicked back out. Romero, 3. Can't get it, but rebound by Trey Crawford. And now the 3 from Dittman. Big man tries to go up. Doesn't go. Crawford tries to keep it alive, but Tanner Brown able to scoop it into Dean Balo. Balo working fast. Gets denied, but draws the foul. Dean Balo, again, Schreiner had no points from the field, but had 10 points from free throws. So all these Tigers are just so incredibly smart on the court that even if it's a cold day from the field, they know how to get themselves points.
Yeah, and Balo, maybe not the most explosive of the guards on this team. Talked about Tanner Brown, how effective he is at getting into the basket. We've seen Jacob Harvey a couple of times show off his quickness. Dean Balo just navigates. He's so patient. He uses his hesitation and change of pace so well. And a lot of times it creates that separation and then the ensuing contact with defenders. And you're right, because of that, he ends up at the free throw line a lot.
It's a 5-point game. Trinity up 38-33 on Colorado College. Scott Rueg takes the inbound, immediately working against Grayson Herr. Able to blow past him though. Rueg takes it himself, unable to finish, but Dittman with the offensive board. Now Devin Filio working against Christian Green, loses the ball. Dean Balo has it in his hands. Grayson Herr over to Balo. Balo takes the shot, unable to fall. Filio with the rebound and drawing the foul. We will have our under 12 timeout here. And Tigers still up 38-33. We head down to Caleb Reed for a sideline report.
Yeah, and so guys, so far Trinity hasn't really gone super deep into the bench. As you can see in the huddle, a lot of players still wearing their warm-up tops from pregame, haven't gotten a chance to go in, but that's kind of a little bit of a different thing than we've seen so far this season. Whenever we talked with Coach Smith before this game, he was incredibly complimentary of the bench players. Talking with him, he was very, very complimentary, and not just about the players who played in Schreiner, but just over the season. And he mentioned throughout the year they have really done a great job of winning practices, and in some cases have won more practice days than the starters themselves. And so seeing a lot of players remain on the bench right now, Coach Smith putting a lot of trust into his starters as we have about 11 minutes left to go in this second half.
Thank you, Caleb. And right now, for both sides, Luke, it has been tough going for shots. No shots for Colorado College in 3 minutes. No shots for Trinity in 4 minutes. They've scored from the free throw line, but getting actual shots from the field. It's been tough going yet again in this part of the second half. And just when we thought that maybe the offenses had started to catch fire, once again, it is slowed down to a defensive chippy game.
Yeah, I think at the heart of it, that's always what this matchup was going to be. Consistently, we talk about this Trinity team. They're not necessarily a very streaky offense. It feels like they slowly chip away until all of a sudden they have 80 points on the board, but clearly a different sort of affair that they find themselves here this afternoon.
Hendler working against her. Hendler shot is up, doesn't go. A lot of contention near the bucket. And the put-in points by Devin Filio. Another offensive board for Colorado College, still destroying that rebound game, 47-30. Ball is lost. Abdullah Roberts loses it. And quick working are the Colorado College Tigers. Semikoglu trying to go in, has to kick it back out. 3-shot, no good from Scott Rueg. Whistle blown.
I think it's going to be a foul against Trey Crawford. I believe that's what the referee reported to the scorer's table. And Trinity already in the bonus here in the second half. Almost 11 minutes remaining in this game. Tanner Brown, who shot it well in the first half, will have a 1-and-1 opportunity and leaves that one a little bit short, maybe a little bit uncharacteristic.
Ty Hendler going up to Rueg. Now back down to Hendler. Works his way to the near side of the court to Sammy Coglow. Hendler once again at the top of the three-point arc. Working the ball in over to Sammy Coglow, and Sammy Coglow is able to get the points, 38-37. Trinity moving quick. Team Balo going to her. Her spin move, dodges one Colorado College Tiger, is blocked by Sammy Coglow. Great job by Colorado College. Some more great defense from CC. And now Sammy Coglow. Great pass into the inside. Colorado College takes the lead. Great job to get that pass in to Trey Crawford.
Yeah, great sequence for Sammy Coglow right there. Just sticking to Grayson Herr, not allowing for any separation, coming away with a block, and then a great dime to the baseline. But Christian Green trying to say something about it himself. He got hit in the head. It was the referee closest to us, closer to the scorer's table outside the three-point line that called it. I think it was the right call as he took a pretty hard tumble right there. It just continues to attack the basket and add to the foul total for this Trinity Tiger team.
Christian Green puts the first free throw in. Game is tied again, 39-39. That was Devin Filio who got that pass to put it in, not Trey Crawford. My apologies there. Always strive for accuracy on the Tiger Network. See Christian Green stats, 14 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Almost had a double-double for himself. Second free throw doesn't go. Now Hendler working against Harvey. Ty Hendler getting the ball into Nofziger. Now out to Sammy Coglow. Coglow looking for somewhere to go. Nofziger is the choice. They don't call a walk, but doesn't matter anyways. Tigers get the board. Tanner Brown going to Christian Green. Green pierces the defense over to Braxton Berry. He will draw the foul. Hands thrown up by Sammy Coglow. Certainly doesn't look like he agrees with the call.
To imagine there was a little bit of contact right there as Braxton Berry was just throwing himself right into the defense. Didn't take as much time as he might have had to gather and finish that play, but a great job before that. Christian Green drawing a lot of attention on that preliminary drive and then recognizing that his fellow big man was coming over wide open.
Sammy Coglow at 4 personal fouls. Asher Nofziger at 3. And Adrian Price at 3. Got to be careful if you're Colorado College. One of the things that Coach Conero told me as Trinity takes the lead 40-39 is that he thought they fouled too much up in Colorado, and that was the determinant of the game. Can't foul these Tigers too much because they are very good at scoring free throws, especially if you give them plenty of opportunities. But Sammy Coglow says 4 personal fouls, no problem, and scores a 3. And Christian Green, too much leading, and Sammy Coglow, center of attention now as the charge gets drawn. Colorado College up 42-40.
And Sammy Coglow really coming on strong for this Colorado College team over the last couple of minutes. Really his contribution standing out above all else. Big reason why those Tigers are leading the Trinity Tigers.
Tanner Brown working, quick spin, gets it into Christian Green. Green up and rolls it in. Great shot by Christian Green. It is tied yet again, 42-42. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything is our tie score. Now up to Hendler. High Hendler trying to find somebody and picked off by Tanner Brown. Brown has the shot wiped away and gets called for a travel. And Tanner Brown cannot believe it.
Yeah, and Coach Jimmy Smith, who already picked up 1 technical in this game, all he could do there was put his head in his hands. We'll get another look at it 1-2 steps after he had picked up the basketball. It certainly looked a little bit awkward, but I think it might have been clean.
It will be CC ball as the ball is out of bounds. Ryan Sammy Coglow getting it in to Price, and he draws the foul. So Adrian Price will take some free throws. We'll see who they call that foul on. called on Tanner Brown. Only Tiger close to foul trouble is Christian Green, who has 3. Chance to break the tie, and he does. Adrian Price makes it 43-42 in favor of Colorado College. Coach Conroe has to be happy with the defensive performance, at least, of his squad. Next shot is good, so 2-point lead for Colorado College. Christian Green, ball in his hand. Dribbling at hip height, handing it over to his right to Jacob Harvey. Harvey back down to his left, over to Green. He hands it over to Tanner Brown, and now Millhouse at the top of the 3-point arc. Jumping catch by Braxton Berry, and foul will be called. I believe Berry got tripped. We'll have the under 8 timeout, and looking at everything, 44-42. Adrian Price, 4th personal foul. Look at this bracket right here.
Look at what we had in last year's SCAC tournament here in San Antonio, when Trinity was not the 1 seed, but the trajectory that they're on right now.
And coming into today, season ended today, you'd have Trinity as the 1, St. Thomas as the 2, Centenary as the 3, Colorado College as the 4, who gets a rematch with Schreiner, who's the 5 seed, and Dallas holding that tiebreaker over Austin College would be the 6 seed. Certainly an interesting bracket to be sure, and it's going to be some really good teams in the SCAC. A season where potentially 7-9 might not be good enough to make it in.
Yeah, great competitive year in the conference this season. Maybe a little bit different at the top, as Trinity really looking to separate itself. You mentioned that with a win today, they could afford to lose their last 2, but I don't think losing any games here on out is on anyone's mind here in CalGuard Gym. A great opportunity to finish the regular season with maybe just that 1 loss, but certainly have their hands full this afternoon. Colorado College giving them everything they can handle in San Antonio.
43-44 as Braxton Berry sinks the first free throw. And of course, those regional rankings in alphabetical order, as silly as that is, I think, personally. But Trinity on there in those regional rankings. Berry sinks the next one, is 44-44. They join the list with Cal Lewis, CMS, Hardin-Simmons, Pomona Pitzer, St. Thomas, and Whitworth. Tigers looking to be at the top when the non-alphabetical orders are released this Tuesday. Kevin Dittman going over to Boykin. Boykin trying to work it in. Drops the ball, but able to get it back out. Gavin Carter, freshman, going down to Dittman. And Dittman nearly loses the ball. Over to Crawford. Crawford takes a 3. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He sinks it. A good shot by the big man from deep, but quickly the Tigers work it and draw a foul. We'll see who they call it on. Call it on Crawford. Christian Green has 16 points, 8 rebounds.
See on that replay, not a ton of contact. Crawford was perhaps a little bit late in flipping his eyes around as Colorado College got back in transition. When he did, Christian Green was coming downhill at him with the basketball. Makes one of them count at the free throw line, but Trinity has not been perfect from the charity stripe. 16 of 26, a lot of points being left at the line, something that's been an issue for this team all season long, Reed.
Carter goes up to Rueg, finding Denari Boykin, working against Braxton Berry. Good defense by Berry. Able to get his hands on the shot. Christian Green trying to pierce the defense. Little one-hander goes in. What a special freshman Christian Green is. It is 47-47.
I think some frustration from Colorado College. They thought that Braxton Berry might have tipped that one in. They thought it was still on the rim. But one way or another, it has this game tied as Tanner Brown coming away with that steal. And the fast break lays it up and in to swing things back in favor of the Trinity Tigers.
49-47. The defense has been relentless all game long from both sides. Gavin Carter kicks it out to Dittman. Boykin working against Berry. Can't finish. Contention under the hoop. Tigers of Trinity come away with it. Jacob Harvey working fast against Rueg. Off the back of the rim. Colorado College slowing this one down now.
Rueg doing a great job sticking with Harvey right there, not allowing himself to get blown by, continuing to contest the shot right there. A good opportunity. Jacob Harvey had Tanner Brown with him in the corner, but to come up empty there, a great stop for Colorado College.
Sinks the three. Denari Boykin, he's the leading scorer for a reason, proves it again there. He brings himself to 11 points for the day. Christian Green piercing the lane over to Braxton Berry. Berry trying to get it over to Green, but instead Denari Boykin in front of the other number 2. Foul called. Just a bit too aggressive by Trinity.
That's going to be the 7th personal foul, and it is on this Trinity team. So now Colorado College will join them in the bonus. 5:11 remaining here in this one. 26 free throws for Trinity. Mentioned that number just a moment ago. A little bit of a disparity, but Colorado College has 15 of their own, and they've done a much better job capitalizing on them. 80% at the line so far.
49-50. Boykin, chance to extend the lead. Unable to do so. A lot of points left on the table at the free throw line for both sides. Christian Green, 2 Colorado Tigers going up against him. In the corner, Dean Balo decides not to take the 3. Pass all the way over to Mills. Almost picked off by Boykin. Balo takes the 3 this time. That one bricked off the rim, though. Colorado College, advantage to them, 1 point. Both teams in the bonus, Tigers in the double bonus.
One disparity that's just grown as this one's continued, Reed. You pointed out earlier, Colorado College out-rebounding Trinity 53-35 right now.
Christian Green all alone in front. Slam it home! Christian Green, 2 dunks today. He is jamming it all day long. Now, Colorado College really has to respond, lest momentum swings too far in Trinity's direction. Ty Williams, I think, will be called for the foul there, and one opportunity for Colorado College. And Trey Crawford, or Dittman rather, Kevin Dittman.
And Dittman feeling the contact on his back. It's just a nice drop step right there, rising up over the top and finishing. He's a lefty, a couple of lefties on this Colorado roster. He was on the right side of the glass to finish.
That one is made. Sammy Coglo back on the court. 4 personal fouls for him. Has to be careful. See what the Tigers do to respond. Christian Green dribbles it over to Ty Williams. Tried to pass it. Ball slipped through Williams' hands, but recovered by Dean Balo. Balo takes a 3. Boom! Triple for Balo. Tigers in the lead yet again, 54-53. And Luke, we are getting down to the wire here. Less than 4 minutes to go. Trinity is not letting up, and neither are Colorado College. And we'll head down to Caleb Reed with a sideline report.
And so, guys, this has been a very, very physical second half. As you guys have been able to see, it has been obviously a very big battle down low. The outside starting to heat up, as you saw from that last Dean Balo 3. But one of the big focuses for Coach Smith and this team has been defense, defense, defense. Talking about needing to box out, needing to make sure that these guys can't get any shots up. Obviously can't shoot, can't score, but on top of that, one of the things that stood out to me during the last time Coach Smith said, we need to push. They're starting to come back. We cannot let them get back into this game.
Thank you, Caleb. As you see, Leroy in the background doing some patty cake with one of the cheerleaders. Leroy's having fun. This crowd is having fun. It's a low-scoring affair, lower scoring than I'm sure both sides maybe thought this one would have been, but it has been an excellent game.
Yeah, but the big thing, both of these teams have made necessary adjustments in this second half. It was a 23-20 scoreline at the break, so Trinity's come out 34 points in this second half, 30 for Colorado College. They're doing things much better on the offensive end, still with almost 4 minutes to go. But this is the most important stretch of the game. Which of these teams can finish stronger on the offensive end?
Here we go, Scott Rueg, a player that Coach Conroe has called consistent. The quick three does not go, too strong from Asher Nofziger. Tanner Brown and the Tigers looking to respond. Very quick acting play by Colorado College. Brown working over to the far side in the lane. Tries the reverse lay, but hits it on the bottom side of the rim. It's not the right angle. Denari Boykin, kid from Baltimore, draws contact, and he'll head to the line.
Boykin continuing to be aggressive. We've seen it from him all afternoon long. He has 16 shot attempts for this Colorado College squad. That's twice as many as the second closest player, Scott Rueg, who has 8. Boykin's struggled a little bit, just 3 of 16, but clearly not deterred, heading to the free throw line, knocking down the first of 2. But going back to the other end of the court, Tanner Brown might have had a little bit more of an opening on that right side of the rim than he thought. It's just the fact that both of these teams are defending really, really well in the paint today. For Colorado College, 8 blocks is a pretty high number. They've been really great on the inside, playing big, playing with a lot of length.
And not to discount Trinity's 7 blocks either, 4 of them coming from Braxton Berry. Balo works his way back out to the arc, gives it over to Braxton Berry. Read to Brown. Tanner Brown cannot connect from deep, but foul's going to be called, and nobody on Colorado College can believe it.
Braxton Berry elevating, trying to grab that rebound. Nofziger putting a forearm into his back. See if it was on a box out or if it was after he had jumped. Based on that replay, it looked like Braxton Berry kind of just hooked his arm, created the contact himself. And again, said it earlier, Colorado College might look at that and say ball don't lie.
And now coming off the court is Nofziger, who has 4 personal fouls in a game that could potentially head to overtime. Certainly don't want your players fouling out. 55-55, palindrome score. It's always a palindrome score when it's multiple of 11. Scott Rueg working against some Tigers, and now it is Boykin versus Balo. The ball works its way down to Sammy Coglow. And Coglow looking for someone to give it to. Boykin is the name he calls. Boykin, very much contested, draws another foul, and he'll go back to the line.
Yeah, a lot of contact on the inside right there. It looked like before the foul came, Tanner Brown might have had his hands on the basketball, but Boykin, his aggressiveness has been paired with a lot of strength, able to rip that one out of the hands of Tanner Brown and win up through the arms that were still reaching in just a little bit too much.
The shot from Boykin doesn't go. And Boykin, Coach Conroe said, is really grown on defense, saying that he's handled Calvin Williams of St. Thomas very well. He handled Mackey very well from Schreiner. He's been tasked with holding Christian Green to task, and that has certainly been a tall task because Christian Green, man, sometimes it feels like he's a D1 player playing at a D3 college. Berry over to Green. Christian Green Backs it back out to Barry. Green yet again. Looking for an opening. Trying to dissect it. Teardrop shot doesn't go. Just a little too short. Now Boykin with the rebound. Pass over to Sammy Coglo. Takes a three. Just can't connect. Braxton Berry with the board. Surrounded by Colorado College Tigers. Now Christian Green to Tanner Brown. Brown works it out to Balo. Balo inside the arc. Now in the paint. Backs it back outside of the arc. Now Christian Green has handed the ball over on the near side of the court. In the paint. Second shot doesn't go. Ball is free though. Tanner Brown with the offensive rebound. Balo, open three. Unable to connect. Still 55-55.
And a ton of good looks for this Trinity team from deep in this second half. Struggles just continuing.
And Dean Balo picks it off. The pass from Sammy Coglo to Arendt. Balo, Euro step, can't finish. And Balo can't believe it himself. Perfect opening, just doesn't fall. And maybe the basket is just the size of a teacup right now because it has been hard to score all game. But taking some time now, Scott Rueg not acting fast. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And he's still holding. Now trying to find a lane inside, shot up, doesn't go. Offensive board and foul drawn. Dittman will head to the line for two. See, Dean Balo, the recipient of that foul, gets tagged with it, and now a chance for Colorado College to take the lead. The junior takes the lead for Colorado College. It is 56-55.
Now playing from behind, Coach Smith gonna make a substitution. Jacob Millhouse coming back into the game for Braxton Berry. See Coach Smith do this very frequently at the end of the games. Trade offense in Millhouse for defense in Braxton Berry. We'll see if they close this way or if it's gonna be a lot of substitutions down the stretch, as Trinity now with just 47 seconds left trails this game by 2 points.
57-55. Not a lot of time on the clock left. Balo looking up and down the court. Tanner Brown, deep three, sinks it! The senior on senior day takes the lead for Trinity. 58-57, this gym explodes.
Tanner Brown was about 5 feet beyond the three-point line right there, and he said, forget about it, let me do it myself. Drains that one from way downtown, giving the lead back to Trinity as soon as they had lost it.
What an incredible shot by Tanner Brown. And we've seen it from Tanner Brown. There's just some points where Tanner Brown will go off and score 4 threes in a row. He makes the impossible possible. Has been the story of his career. He is that rock for this Tiger squad. But want to shout out one more senior. That's Abdullah Roberts. Abdullah Roberts slid into the lineup his freshman year after David Nickel got hurt. And even though his role has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride, he's bought into what this team needs him to do. And he's did very well defensively against Schreiner and offensively against Centenary when they really needed him the most. He's just another player that is going to be dearly missed from this Tiger squad. But right now, good defense is what this Trinity team is going to need, because last time they took the lead at what seemed like a winner, St. Thomas came to the other side of the court and scored. We'll see how this one goes. Nafziger, 4 fouls. Sammy Coglo, 4 fouls. Christian Green, 4 fouls, all on the court. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Tigers playing stiff defense. Boykin working against Brown. Tanner Brown not wanting his senior day spoiled. Boykin. Timeout will be called by Colorado College. 22 seconds on the shot clock, 28 on the game clock. And we have seen this scenario in Trinity games time and time again.
You mentioned, of course, that loss here in CalGuard Gymnasium to St. Thomas. Big difference being the amount of time left on the clock. Trinity took that advantage with, 15 or fewer seconds. St. Thomas scoring with about 5 in their own right, gave Trinity very little time to come down the court and get a shot up. They were lucky to get a good look. Right now, 22 seconds left on the shot clock for Colorado. 6 seconds difference between shot and clock, game clock that is. You'd have to imagine Colorado College goes a little bit quicker than that. Maybe 10, 15 seconds at most gets used up right here. You save yourself almost 15 seconds on the game clock in that case, and you still have an opportunity to play the free throw game against a team that hasn't shot it well today.
Both sides have one timeout remaining. We'll see how the coaches use them. This game of chess on the court right now. And Denari Boykin and Christian Green both collecting double-doubles for themselves today. The two number twos have certainly made the biggest impact for their respective sides. Grant Jacobs on the court for Trinity, along with Tanner Brown, Christian Green, Jacob Harvey, and Braxton Berry. Colorado College coming out with Adrian Price, Asher Knopfzeiger, Denari Boykin, Scott Ruegg, and number 23, Orion Semikoglu. We'll see what Coach Conroe has drawn up. Looking for someone open, gets it to Knopfzeiger. Knopfzeiger passing it over to Ruegg. Back to Semikoglu. Semikoglu getting ambushed by Tigers in the corner. Semikoglu puts it up, unable to get it in. Ball out. Trinity Tiger ball. And they're going to want to look at that one. Colorado College certain that it went off a Tiger. And I'm sure we are going to be heading to the replay for this one to see who it went off of.
Yeah, real time, it looked like that ball got swatted out of someone's hands. And then based on that deflection, I have to imagine it went off of a foot right there. Got kicked a little bit. Just depends on whose foot that happened to be.
And that'll be big, because if it does go Colorado College's way, you have a chance to take the last shot of the game for a potential game winner. And for Trinity, you really want the ball back, because at that point, Colorado College has to foul you. That's just another trip to the charity stripe. But both sides making 17 free throws this game apiece. But there have certainly been points left on the table at the line. But quite serendipitously, Asher Knopfzeiger, Orion Semikoglu, and Adrian Price all have 4 personal fouls. But Denari Boykin and Scott Ruegg have 0. So got to be careful, because you don't want people fouling out. But unfortunately for Colorado College, if it doesn't go their way, you may have to sacrifice a player in order to get the Tigers to the foul stripe as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and assuming that the ball does remain with Trinity, given the fact that that was the call on the court, the question then becomes, does Colorado College go for a steal? Are they in a position where they have to foul immediately? Can you trap in a corner and create a turnover that way? It really feels like with 13 seconds left, a 10-second violation is out of the picture. But can you trap and try and force a pass? Or is this Trinity team going to be willing to just hold the ball in a trap in a corner for an extended period of time?
See the replay here. Ball comes down. And it looks like kicked off of Denari Boykin. You can see him trying to reach out for it. 13.5 seconds on the clock. That 0.4 will be added right now. And big moment just going off the foot of Boykin. It's going to be a bit of a drill for the Tigers, as Colorado College is going to be pressing like they have never pressed before in this game. Tanner Brown, the one Coach Smith is trusting with this inbounds pass. We'll see how they get open. A little bit of a T formation. Brown looking for somebody. Gets it to Balo. Balo in the corner. And going to force a timeout from Coach Smith. 10.4 seconds left on the clock. So no more timeouts for Trinity. They are fully bought in to keeping the ball to the end of the game now.
Back on the other end of the court, Looks like Colorado College assistants are asking the referees where the ball is going to be inbounded from. I think head coach Conroe claiming that Belo was really deep in that corner. I think he wants it along the side of his bench, not along that baseline. So we'll have to see where the referees are going to spot it when Trinity heads back out on the court. You're right. You made the good point of indicating Tanner Brown was inbounding the basketball for this Trinity squad. Someone that shot well at the free throw line. Certainly a guy that can operate as a safety valve. The trap comes again, getting him the ball as soon as he steps in bounds. Not a bad option.
See who Brown goes to. Finds Jacob Millhouse. Ball comes out of his hands. It's going to be Tiger ball, and it looks like they may want to look at it again.
I'm sure the Colorado College coaching staff is going to ask for that. They will head to the table. But I mean, kind of surprising, both of those possessions. Millhouse getting mobbed right there by 3 guys, electing to hold on to the basketball.
At the end of his junior year, and he said at first Crawford felt pressure to produce results, but now that pressure has been off, and Craig Crawford has apparently grown 3 inches since he's entered college, which certainly not something that happens to every player. But we'll see who Coach Conroe puts out on the court. Looks like Crawford, Dittman, Filio, Rueck, and Boykin for Coach Conroe. We'll see what both sides have drawn up. 9.3 seconds on the clock. It is still Trinity basketball. Once again, Tanner Brown maybe looking like a little bit of a football formation. We'll see if they run a curl route. Just making sure everything is all good. Dittman, the one to try and block Tanner Brown, and quick passes over to Belo. Belo by himself. Foul called, but that's a lot of time drained off the clock. 4.6 seconds. Belo can make it a 3-point game. Colorado College is almost certainly going to try for a 3, unless Boykin can streak down under 5 seconds and get a 2 up. But first, you got to see what Dean Belo does at the line.
But important to note, Colorado still with 1 timeout remaining as Belo knocks the first one down with almost 5 seconds. That clock got retroactively adjusted, just a touch more time added. Theoretically, you can inbound it to the half-court line and quickly call a timeout if you can get a clean catch there. But instead, it looks like they're going to opt to take the timeout here. Maybe try and freeze Dean Belo, give him a couple extra seconds to think about this next free throw, and in the meantime, draw up whatever play to get you the length of the court.
Trying to ice the free throw shooter. Christian Green, 21 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, and 3 steals. It's been an all-around great day for the freshman. Denari Boykin, 13 points, 13 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 steal. Great game for the sophomore for Colorado College. And this game has come down to the wire.
This will be potentially the lowest scoring game for the Tigers this season. I believe they've never been held to just 60. Look at that St. Thomas game. That was their previous lowest scoring. They scored 65. But hats off to Colorado College if they do lose this one for holding the Tigers to just 60 or even potentially just 59, depending on this free throw from Dean Balo. And it will be 59. Clock is draining. They got to move quick. Rueg puts up the three, and it is airmailed. And ladies and gentlemen, the Trinity University Tigers are your SCAC regular season champions. They beat Colorado College 59-57. Senior day is not spoiled, but a great game played by both sides. And really, Luke, at the end of the day, you gotta tip your hat to Colorado College for an amazing game played.
Yeah, it came down to the last shot. Scott Rueg with a great look at a three-pointer that would have won the game. Didn't have the greatest angle on it, but it looked like it might have been on line. Just left it a little bit too short as he was pretty deep beyond that three-point line. This is a battle in the trenches all day long. A ton of fouls called in this one against both of these teams. See the physicality in the replays on your screen right now. Trinity was pushed, and they certainly earned this victory, and they earned that conference championship in the regular season.
They secured themselves the 1 seed. Looking through some stats, Denari Boykin leading Colorado College in points and rebounds with 13 apiece in that category. Led all players in rebounds with 13. And Christian Green led the Tigers in points, rebounds, and had 2 assists for himself. So great game for the freshman. Colorado College, another tough loss. They've lost one out of their last 4. Certainly a tough pill to swallow because all of those games have been one-possession games. They go and lose here in San Antonio by a 2-point margin, lost to St. Thomas by a 3-point margin, and Centenary by a 3-point margin. It's been tough going for Colorado College, but they are still in a good position for playoffs. If they play their hand right, they are going to host Austin College and Dallas coming up. Meanwhile, for Trinity, they end off their season with some tough road games. Head over to Houston to play St. Thomas, and then go to Centenary to play, well, Centenary. They go to Shreveport to play Centenary, not Centenary to play Centenary. And both those games are going to be quite interesting because St. Thomas is the team that beat Trinity, the only team that has beaten Trinity, and Centenary defends their home court very well. They beat St. Thomas in Shreveport earlier this year. But for now, stay tuned for the women's game coming up in around 20 minutes. We'll have the senior ceremony for Maggie Robbins, the sole senior for the Trinity University women's team. You don't want to miss this next one. It is a Super Bowl of Tigers. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the men's side, though. For Caleb Reed, Luke Terry, and everyone in the control room, I am Reed Rosales, and hopefully I catch you in about 20 minutes.